Polymarket, prediction market. So Kamala's odds to win the presidency have been bad, which is what we're going to talk about today. There has been a turn in the story today, I think this morning, in Kamala's favor. But basically for the last week, Donald Trump's percentage on Polymarket is like 65, 69%, like really, really high. Yeah. And so if you think there's a chance that Kamala will win, this was the week to put in your bet. I put in $200. If she does win, I get $600.
Wow. Okay.
So
also, you're like, I have many incentives for this woman to win. There's $400 on the line for Tina.
I have $400 on the line. Kamala, do it for me. But it's interesting that today it slipped. Donald Trump's at 62%. She's at 38%. I do think it has to do with the Epstein story that just came out that we're not going to talk about here. But
I almost tweeted and then I thought better of it. But if Kamala Harris texts me one more time, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. That woman needs to get off my dick. I'm like, I'm done. I'm voting for you.
Yeah.
Let it go, babe.
Yeah.
It's too much.
I'm surprised she's texting you that much in New York State.
Constant. It's for primarily donation based.
I see.
Stuff.
I see.
She's like, you've done it
$10.
once. Do it before. And I'm just unsubscribe.
Yeah. I did hear that a good deal of donations come in in the last week or something like that. There's like some outside
based on how they're direct marketing, I can imagine so.
Okay, so Polymarket, whatever. He's at 62% today. He's been at 69%. And it has very much been in the zeitgeist of this election. People are talking about it all the time. Elon Musk is talking about it all the time. People are using it as a proxy for polls. That is an inaccurate thing to do. People should not be doing it. PC. It does not reflect people's intention to vote.
If you've ever tried to place a bet on Polymarket, you will know that it does not reflect the average person.
You fire up the VPN.
Exactly.
You bridge to Polygon.
The fact that CNN is like, this is a place where we're like actually learning about what people want is a crazy thing to be doing.
Yeah. Some people would say to that point, it's not a poll, but it's actually even more accurate than a poll because people are putting their skin in the game and people are putting their money on who they think is going to win. But to me, I'm like, that's exactly why it's less accurate because they're just saying who they think is going to win. It doesn't reflect any intention to vote. And so I get that it's an interesting signal to look at for sure. I think I've been looking at it basically every day. I think it's really interesting. But
it's not the Bible.
It's a signal. And not to say that I think any of the Gallup polls are accurate either. I think those are just interesting signals too. But people have been like, it's the truth.
Totally. Which is crazy. It's a crazy thing.
Which is a crazy thing to do. Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple of things that have happened with Polymarket lately. The first thing that got news this week is basically there's been two separate investigations by two separate crypto firms that found that there was significant wash trading on the platform. Wash trading is basically when it can take a lot of different forms, but one form is like an investor sells and then immediately buys the same crypto asset, or that they send stuff to a wallet that they also own.
Okay.
Like you send an NFT from one wallet that you own to another, or like you buy something on OpenSea from a wallet that you also control. So it's just moving around to the same wallets, basically, the money. There's no exchange really of value, but it does drive the volume up. And some people look at volume as a signal for where and how to place trades.
And is the speculation that they internally are doing that?
No.
Oh. Okay.
No. It's just happening on Polymarket.
Okay.
It's basically just like people are using this as a place that people are wash trading.
I see.
On Polymarket. The speculation as to why is because there has been rumors that there will be a Polymarket token at some point, and some of these retroactive airdrops are based on activity. And so if you have like a ton of activity on Polymarket or somewhere else where there is a retroactive token drop, the thinking and the hope is that you would get a higher percentage of the tokens.
Yeah.
Because you're seen as like a heavy user. So there's people who are saying that wash trading is happening because of that. And there's also no fees to trade on Polymarket. So it makes it really easy to do that type of stuff.
Okay.
And also you can certainly inflate volume, which can help create a narrative that you want to create. But I actually don't know that you can move the price.
Okay.
That's an important part of the counter to the story, which Aubrey Strobel wrote a great article and a long thread, which basically like counters some of the more damning parts of this investigation. it's on the blockchain, so
Yeah.
we can see it, and that's crazy and cool, and something that you can't see with the online bookmakers, traditional betting places that are also taking bets for the presidential election. They're regulated, so you have to hope that they're doing things above the line and in a way that Polymarket is unregulated. But we can see all the stuff that's happening on Polymarket, and I don't know, that like kind of gets stepped over in the story, but I do think that that's actually a really compelling part of it that makes it really different. One of the firms found that there was up to a third of all the volume is wash trading.
Wow. That's a lot.
It's a lot
of the volume.
It's a lot of the volume. Now, there was another story that came out a couple of weeks ago that was basically did the same thing where they looked at like all the data and they were like, there's a few whales here that are responsible for a lot of activity on the presidential market in particular. And they found that there's basically these 4 traders that are accountable for $30 million in bets. And that there's one person, a French national, is the only thing they were able to find about this person, that really went hard and long on Trump to win. Okay. And that did affect the odds, but there's nothing manipulative in that. That's just the bet that he placed. And so that did change the odds. $2.7 billion in bets in the presidential election markets.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's all happening. And that's been used for people to freak out about Polymarket and say like everyone who's using the Polymarket as like a proxy for polls and for Donald Trump's dominance, like shame on you, basically.
They're using it as a way to discredit the platform and therefore discredit the authority as a data point that's stronger than the polls around who's going to win.
Exactly.
Because it's a bad narrative, because right now Donald Trump is winning if you look at Polymarket.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, just stop talking about Polymarket. You're legitimizing it by giving air to this as like a smoking gun gotcha on Polymarket, because it's just like, you should just say like, yeah, this is Vegas. This is Las Vegas on the internet. Like, that's my opinion. That's my opinion.